Welcome everybody to the Tech Hour at 10 p.m. EST and 7 p.m. Pacific this every Thursday. And in today's show, we have three different topics to discuss. One, I'm going to tell you a very interesting story how a big crime was committed using AI. And it's very fascinating where AI is being used and how AI is being used. And then second will be in the second part we are going to discuss the AI agents. There's something called AI agents in artificial intelligence, and also the the prompts. What are prompts? How to write them? What affects the prompts? So all that in AI section. And in the third section, you might know that a huge, huge amount of usernames and their passwords and some other information was leaked on dark web. That's the biggest leak ever on dark web, and what you can do to protect yourself. Okay, this is for that particular leak of passwords, and also in general how you can survive online. Now it's not the matter of how to protect yourself, it's how to survive on online. That bad it is right now, because every single week we see that what's being leaked on dark web and what's happening. It's it's matter of survival now, especially with the AI, how AI is being used in committing crimes. Yes, it's a matter of survival. So let's start with a very fascinating story about a crime committed using artificial intelligence. So this happened in a big corporate, okay, in which CFO, the chief financial officer, got an email like their closing office time was 6 o'clock, and the CFO had to go for some kind of event at the family event, and he got an email at around 5:45 that please join the uh, conference call or Zoom meeting or something, video conferencing call, in about half an hour. So he decided that okay, it's only on video conference call, so he will join that on his way home. In the car he will join the video conference call. So he joined the video call, and there were four people there: CFO, one vice president of the company, one some comptroller, and one some other finance person in the management. And they discussed about some project coming up, and they decided that okay, um, do this transaction of about $1 million or something to this company in different country. And that was basically normal in that kind of corporation, that the big project is coming up, so they do those kind of transactions. But it was big amount of money, so that happened. The CFO next day he went and he did that transaction, sent the money in a different country. And again, a couple of days later, same week, it happened again that okay, where we send the money, he got the email from management that where we send the money, please send another $2 million or something. So he did that again. So that happened a few times. When at the end of the month, somebody saw the balance sheet. They said, where this payment is going? one of the VP saw that. I'm changing the name and the positions of the management officers who are involved, just not to disclose their exact name or identity. So the VP said that, okay, where these transactions are going, why these are going, and they called the CFO who transferred the money. They asked him that, what's going on, why, where these transactions? He said, you told me in the video conference call the other day, you guys decided that we have to do this transaction for the new project. He said, what project? I have no information about any new project. He said, come on, you are involved, you were in the video conference call that day, that you and the comptroller and that guy, we all decided that, okay, this transaction need to be done. He said, I have no idea what you're talking about. I never attended a video conference. And that the matter got heated up, and what they did an investigation. They did a crime investigation. They told the police, and a lot of agencies were involved, because this was a huge amount of money and it was going out of the country, right? So first thing the investigators did, they checked that the email they received, was that a genuine email about the transaction, where the transaction need to be done. And when the investigators checked the email, they thought maybe it's a spoofing email, somebody is doing scam. But that email was genuine. The email came from the person who was mentioned, that this email is from this person, whoever it was, vice president or president of the company. So the email was genuine. They say, okay, so email is genuine, so what's happening? And other than that CFO, accountant, all three people who were in that conference call, they all refused that, no, we were not there and don't know what's happening. This transaction was never allowed. They showed them the email, that this is the email from you guys that do this transaction. They all refused. So the investigators couldn't find anything. They say, how it is possible that you guys are telling them to transfer the money? They thought it was an internal fraud, where the CFO or somebody is telling them to do this transaction, and they all are involved, like three people, and the transaction is done. Now the money is out of country, and it's not easy to find that money again. Then they still were doing investigation, and they thought maybe it's a deep fake. They used deep fake to do the conference call, and they checked the whole video frame by frame. The conference call, they had the recording of that, they checked it frame by frame, and no, they couldn't find anything. Then what happened? They all were shocked that how this could be possible, that the person who transferred the money got the genuine email, and the money was transferred. 4 people were in the conference call, 3 are saying we were not there. So what is going on? And the video is genuine. Yeah, one more thing. That video of the conference call, first of all, normally officers don't record the video, right? But when the investigation started, they took the laptop of the person who transferred the money, and what they noticed, that person's wife, now this is interesting, that person's wife installed a software on the laptop without telling him, which records everything on the laptop, screen records, and that was to keep an eye on him. So while keeping an eye on him, that whole video conference was recorded. So that's how they got hold of that whole video conference call that happened, and they checked frame by frame. There was no deep fake, nothing, that the conference call was genuine. Now what happened? The investigators said that when they checked the accountant's part of that conference call, and what they noticed that there was a clock on the wall behind him. Okay, and one of the officers, not CFO, but one of the officers' clock was on the wall behind him, which was in that frame, and the time on that was 2:30 in the afternoon. So the investigator asked them, "Is there battery dead in the clock, or clock is not working?" They said, "No, clock is working." He said, "According to our information you gave us, the conference call happened at after 6 o'clock. How come this thing clock showing time 2:30?" So that means the conference call which was recorded was at 2:30, not at after 6 o'clock. So again, a big confusion that the CFO is saying that he was leaving the office when he got the email. He on his way home after 6 o'clock. He attended the video conference call, but the time on the clock shows 2:30. So what is going on again? It was big confusion there that something is going on, but nobody knows what. So they said, okay, check that which conference call happened at 2:30 in the past 6 months or a year, where these 3 or 4 people were in the conference call. And they checked it, and they found 3 or 4 of them where that conference call around 2:30 happened, where these gentlemen were present in the conference call. Then they said that, okay, who have access to these kind of conference call, who can record these kind of conference call? So whoever have access to those kind of conference call in the company, they checked they picked up all their devices, their laptops, their mobiles, they just took in their custody. And they checked, there was one person, particularly in the company, who was recording all the conference calls, who have all the conference calls, most of them anyways, in his laptop. Now the question is, even if he had that conference call, how he managed to manipulate so much that 3 people are saying we were not there, but they were there in the conference call. So they dig deep into the issue, and what they found out, that those 3 people were in the conference call at 2:30 some time ago, about 3 months ago. He took the whole recording, okay? He did the conference call, okay? He organized a conference call where CFO was there and the other 3 people were not there, okay? That was a video of the previous or old recording he used to show that it was a video conference. But actually there was only one person involved, like the CFO was actually there, the rest was only the video playing in the background. And because when you do Zoom call with 4 people, you know that very small window, right? He didn't use deep fake video. He didn't create a deep fake video. He used actual video, but he did the lip syncing. You know how in AI you can do the lip syncing? He did the lip syncing and he created whole the script where those 3 people who were not there, they were talking to each other. He lip synced them and made whole the script, whole the audio. He created their audio. Audio he did deep fake audio. He took the recording of the audio, how it sounds on a conference call. He used deep fake audio and did the lip syncing to gave the instructions to CFO that this is the project coming up, we have to transfer the money, and he transferred millions of dollars. So it was not deepfake video, but it was a deepfake audio and the lip syncing. That's all it did. And how the email got delivered from genuine email, although it was an insider job, but that person who did this fraud, who did organize all this scam, he knew that their email server is not DMARC authenticated, so the email can be spoofed. And he did spoof the email. Right after the conference call, he spoofed the email of the VP, logged into it, sent the email to CFO to transfer that money next day. And again, in a few days, he did that. Again, that sent an email from a spoofed email. So, one thing for the big companies, we learn from that your email server, because most of the big corporations or even small companies now, for example, I have a domain called almostgoodlife.com. If I want to use my email server, my own, I make sure that my email server is DMARC compliance. If it's not DMARC compliant, the emails can be spoofed from my email. You will get an email from agl@almostgoodlife.com, and I might not have sent it. Somebody else sent it, but it will be a genuine email if it was not DMARC compliant. So most of the company, it costs money, but it saves a lot of trouble. It saves from a lot of trouble that your emails cannot be spoofed once it is DMARC compliant. So that is totally different thing. Most of people, they don't know what is DMARC compliant and other email issues and technologies what we can use to stop spoofing. But still, it is good to know that there are features or facilities or software available which can protect your company email. It cannot be spoofed up once you get it compliant about that. So that's how they caught the person who did all this crime of millions of dollars. They did recover some money, not all of it, because a lot of money was dispersed. What people do is in these kind of crimes, the money goes to one bank, from there it goes out of the country, and then from there it goes to 20 different accounts, and from there it goes to 20 other accounts, and like it just divides, and it's next to impossible to recover all the money. But we now know that deep fake video, deep fake audio, lip syncing, all that is being used in the crime. As I told you guys last time, artificial intelligence will help us to do a lot of job, lot of work. It will make our life easier, but it will increase the risk. And I was talking to someone and they said that the best thing is we don't use AI. Trust me, not using the AI is not the solution. Even if you don't use it, everybody around you will be using it, and you will still be scammed. So the best thing is you have to learn, you have to upgrade your knowledge, you have to learn new things, start using AI, but with cautious. That do what you know exactly what you're doing. Don't fall in traps. Don't try to do something which you don't know what you're doing. Right? Again, I was told you guys last time, I'm going to repeat it, that ChatGPT, when it was released, believe it or not, fraud GPT was available on dark web a week before ChatGPT was released. So the criminal, as soon as like the open AI was working on ChatGPT, criminals were working together somewhere else working on fraud GPT. Okay, so all that was happening at the same time, and fraud GPT was released first, and then chat GPT came, then warm GPT came, which is another tool used by criminals. Warm GPT, that's to write the viruses and the malicious software or codes which can hack into devices, which can do a lot of stuff, right? So my concern here is, or object here is not to scare you guys. What I want to do is spread the awareness so that we are equally aware of the challenges we are experiencing with GPT, this artificial intelligence, with cybersecurity and all that. The more informed we are, the more knowledge we have that what is going on, how people are doing the scams, how people are committing the crimes, the more we know, the more we can protect, right? For example, I get this call every day almost that this cell phone company is have a new plan now and they're giving you iPhone 15 or 16 something for $0 and this and that. And a lot of people are falling for that scam, right? But if we can tell people there is no such thing where you can get a cell phone for $0, that new phones, people will be aware that this is a scam call. Okay, you don't have to do anything. If you get a call like that, okay, that our company is, you, for example, if you have AT&T, T-Mobile, they will say, I'm calling from T-Mobile, okay, and we have an offer for $0. Just do one thing, okay, when they call you, if you are still interested in that, although it's a 100% scam call, if you're still interested in that, tell them that, okay, that's fine, give me your number where I can call back. I guaranteed you 100% they will refuse you to give the number. And the reason is they are using internet numbers which are free from your area code to call you, and if you call back the number from where they have called, it will say this number is not in service. They don't have any number. Those are all IP calls, all coming from scam offices, some scam people, and there's no way they will give you any number. Okay, if they give you a number, call them back, and they might sometime give, for example, if they tell you that, okay, I'm calling from T-Mobile, they will give you back the T-Mobile number, and when you call back, T-Mobile will say, what are you talking about? We don't have any such offer. You will know that it's a scam, right? So protect yourself from scammers. Don't fall for them. They are not worth it to even to talk to them. Never take any incoming call and take a decision. Always ask them the number. If you're interested in whatever they offer, ask them for a callback number, call them back, and then talk to them. And another thing what you can do is, many times, not many times, but sometimes we have seen they will give you a number. Okay, just go on Google and Google that number. And a lot of people might have reported that number as a scam number. Just go online and use any search engine, Google, Bing, Perplexity, anything, that is this a genuine number or a scam number, and it will tell you that it's a scam number. Never take a decision on incoming call. Always ask for a callback number and call back on that number. Okay. Now, talking about AI crimes, this is very important what I'm going to tell you now. As I was just told you about the deep fake audio and the lip syncing, right? Do they need, the criminals need your real video to make deepfake video? No, they don't. We have the technology now that you give them a simple photo, what you get on your driving license or passport or something, or anything you have posted on Instagram, Facebook, anything. Just the face photo up to your shoulders, and they can create full video of you. Full video using AI with just a face photo. Okay, it's not even a 3D photo or anything, just a face photo, and they can create whole video. Okay, the same thing that they don't need 2 to 3 hours of your audio that they can put in AI and it can learn and then create your deepfake audio. No. You know how long the audio clip they need? 15 to 30 seconds. 15 to 30 seconds of audio clip. Just like you send an audio message to somebody, that message is enough for them to make AI learn their whatever program they're using, to learn your audio, your pitch, your dialect, everything, and create deep fake audio. 15 to 30 seconds of audio clip is enough. And IG and other programs, they allow 1 minute of audio clip, and many times we send it multiple audio clips. We have to say something for 3 minutes, we send them 3 different clips. Those are more than enough to do the deepfake audio, right? Another thing what I would suggest you is, this is very important, how to protect yourself, okay, from AI crimes. The new AI crime, what's happening now is, where somebody get a call at home, or say grandfather get a call, or your grandchild has got into accident, and we are taking him to hospital, but we don't have money to pay for the hospital bill, so you have to come and pay. And he will say, okay, how much, where is he? They will tell him the name of the city, which is way far away, where the grandfather can't even reach, right? And he will say, okay, I want to talk to my grandchild. And they will let him talk to the grandchild. Okay? And the grandchild is crying in pain that, it's hurting too much, my arm is broken, or this is broken and that. But actually, that's a deep fake audio of the child. But grandfather don't know. He will know that, okay, this is happening, my grandchild is in trouble, and that's way too far. They do transfer the money. And nowadays you have the apps like Cash App and other apps where it's hard to track the money, where it went and to which account it went, right? Due to privacy reasons, those apps exist, which doesn't allow anybody to know if it's who's the person you are sending the money to, right? Just a fake username, somebody's ABC123, and you send the money there, you will never see the money, and that's a scam, right? And this kind of scams are happening very often now, very often, right? Especially if the criminals know, they do the Reiki first. They do Reiki. It's not that they're blindly calling people. Blind calls happens too, but they do the Reiki, that they will see for example, on Facebook, who is traveling abroad. And they will choose the time, because we make this mistake. We make this mistake that when we are traveling, for example, if I'm going to Europe, okay, I'm at the airport, I will post it at the airport flying to Frankfurt. I will post that on Facebook, right? And then what the criminals do? They saw that post, they will go to my profile, okay? And in profile, they will find who are my contacts. And in contacts, you have the facility now or the feature there. You can specify he is my sister, he is my brother, she is my sister, he is my dad, she is my mom, whoever it is. This person is my grandpa, she is my grandmother. They get all the information there, right? Then what they have to do? They just have to get their names. And what happens? Most of people have Facebook with their real name. They just go search that Facebook or whatever program, Instagram or any other social media. It could be Twitter, it could be X, it could be Pinterest, whatever they're using. They will go, they will find that person's real name. And once they have the real name, it's not hard to find this phone number. Because they have access to dark web where your phone numbers with your names are available there. They found the phone number, they found the clips on the Facebook or YouTube or social media somewhere. It takes a few minutes to create deepfake audio, deepfake video, get all that information. It takes just a few minutes. And by the time the person is on the plane, in the air, not reachable, the family members will be getting called, oh, this person is sick, or this person is in hospital, and they need this much money for the medicine, right? So they get this kind of scams going. It's huge amount of money is being scammed from the people. If you guys don't know, let me tell you, the cyber crime industry all over the world at this time is over 1.6 trillion US dollars a year. I'm not saying billion, 1.6 trillion US dollars money is being scammed from different people all over the world in a year using this money laundering, cyber scams, and all that included 1.6. So this is a huge industry, huge industry. Every government now is creating laws for cybercrime. I will tell you some very interesting laws, okay? They're making laws to stop these cyber crimes. They are making force or military or policing force who are experts in cyber investigation. Most of countries, they are starting now to create that. They're starting now to train their force, their police officers on how to handle the cyber crimes. Especially third world countries or even the developed countries, they don't have that kind of technology. Because remember, the criminals are always one step ahead. By the time the police or the investigators figure out that, okay, this is what happened, this is how they committed crime, the criminals have stopped using that. They have moved to a next level, found some other way of scamming people. Right? A lot of countries, for example, let me tell you, in England, they created a law that if money is gone from my account in England, because of a cyber crime, no matter whose fault it was, bank is responsible, bank have to pay 100% back to me. 100% within 3 days of reporting the scam. But they give you certain time that you have to report within 30 days or 60 days or whatever. But bank is responsible to stop that crime. So if somebody, somehow money was transferred from me to somebody, say $20,000, because of somebody called me and I gave them some code or transferred them, bank is responsible to get that money back to your account. Okay. Now, with that law, there are challenges now, new challenges coming up. That it was reported, at least once I have read, that somebody transferred the money to somebody abroad in South Asia, or no, Pacific Asia, South Pacific Asia, some country there, and they reported as scam, that this money was gone from my account. I didn't know about it. I don't know where it went. And bank had to give them back. Bank had to give money back to them. Right? But when they found out what happened, the guy was actually arrested. That was a few months ago it happened. I read it somewhere that people are trying to do that kind of scam now, because they said that bank is responsible for all frauds. Because remember one thing, that any criminal who call you, they will never ask you for the password. Right? They will never ask you for the password. Because your password is already there. They know your password. They're not wasting time with you to get the password. They're not sitting there guessing the password, that, oh, your password might be ABC XYZ. No, they're not guessing it. They don't waste time on that. What they want is, if you have two-step verification, you get a code every time you try to access the website, bank website, they want that code. That's why they're calling you. Okay? So if you're smart enough and you have the knowledge that you are not going to give the code to anyone, doesn't matter who that person is, even your own mama called and asked for the code, you're not going to give them, you will not be scammed. And make sure you have two-step verification on. Okay? So you have to be smart, you have to be careful what is going on, and you can protect yourself. So that was the first part of our tech hour today. In the second part, we are going to discuss about artificial intelligence agents and prompts. These are two things which are sweeping the internet right now. Okay? What is AI agent? Let's talk about agents. You have an AI, okay? Its agent is just like your any other agent. For example, you want to fly somewhere, you want to go on vacations. What you do? You call your travel agent, right? What do travel agents tell you? You tell them, travel agent, okay, I want to go on vacations for 7 days. What offers you have? Flight, car rental, hotel stay, any vacation package you have. An agent will go in their system and they will look for all the companies they deal with and find the best offer for you, right? And they will give you the offers. Okay, this thing is available, so you can select and book accordingly. AI agent is the same thing, same concept. Okay, but instead of dealing with different companies, it works with a server or a system which is called LLM, which is large language model. It works with AI system and get all the information for you, sort it, analyze it, get the best offers available for you, and give you that. Okay? Now, how you talk to, that's the agent. I'm very simple words, I'm telling you what is the agent. I'm not going in technical terms. I'm not going in what kind of AI agents are there. I'm not going in that. We don't need to. I'm just giving you a rough idea that what are AI agents. Okay, there are multiple kinds, but I'm just giving you a rough idea what are AI agents. That the agent is basically a imaginary or a technical code between you and the AI system, which is there, which talk to agent and agent talk to you. Okay, that's the simple words. Now, how you talk to agent? Okay, the AI agent I'm talking. Chat GPT is one of them. Okay, even if you have not used, you must have heard of Chat GPT, or you must have heard of Google Gemini, right? Or you might have heard of Microsoft Copilot, okay, or Apple AI. There are a bunch of them. How you talk to them? They're basically intelligent, artificially intelligent chat programs you can communicate with. They will go in the bigger system, the LLMs, they will get the information, analyze it, go back to other agents or back to the AI system and get analyze again, get the results and get the best possible scenario or the answer for you. Okay. Again, I'm not going to go into technical terms which will bore you guys. So I'm telling you in very simple words what we are going to do with this AI and how it works. So the way you talk to Copilot or Google Gemini or Chat GPT, what you tell them, Chat GPT, whatever text you say, that how will be the weather today, that one line or whatever you tell them to do or get the information, that is called a prompt. Okay, that one liner, or it could be one liner, it could be two liner, it could be a 2-page long. Okay, that is called prompt. It could be any of the AI you can use. Chat GPT, Google Gemini, Microsoft Copilot, Meta AI, or Elon Musk Doc, Perplexity, anything you use, any AI, whatever you tell AI, that is called a prompt. Okay. Now, the question is that how you know that what to write there. Okay. A lot of people, they make one mistake. Okay. We are not in that advanced stage, but where the AI can have emotions, right? We are not there. Where we are right now, if you say please, thank you to the whatever AI you are using, that will not make any difference. Don't waste your energy on that please and thank you. Okay? AI don't care about you said please or thank you or not. We human beings do care. If I did something for you, did you said thank you to me? AI don't care. Okay? So you have to write straightforward what you want from the AI. Okay? For example, I was giving example last time. Create the image of a cat sitting in the window in a room. Right? So that particular instruction is called a prompt. There could be million kinds of prompts, billion kinds of prompts, but the definition of prompt is any instruction or information you give to AI is called a prompt. Okay? These prompts, the result what you want, it depends on the quality of your prompt. If the information in your prompt is not enough for your result, you will not get the result you want. So you have to give the proper prompt to the AI to get the proper result you want. And then you, like the Google Gemini or Meta AI or Meta AI, you will see now they have started in Instagram posts that you can actually do the modification in your post or reels using Meta AI, right? So you can tell Meta AI that once it gives you the option that do you want to change the background using AI, you say yes, let's do it. Once it did that, you can tell it to change something else too. Add the crowd to your post. It will add the the black images of the people as a crowd. Like somebody has taken that shot, the crowd is in the dark and stage is there. So it can do that. So all those are prompts and their modifications you are doing, right? So the future is about prompt engineering. That is what is called prompt engineering. Who can write the shortest possible, most effective prompts. That was prompt engineering for different tasks. It's not for one task or the other. Prompt engineering is all about effective, shortest possible, result oriented prompts who can write. Now, people will not be writing the codes for the softwares, they will be writing prompts, and the computer will, or the AI will be then writing the codes, right? So that is where we are going now, that the software engineers, they will still learn the coding, because AI, once it write the code, if you have to modify something, you want to change the code. So they will still learn the code, but the main learning part will be how to write effective prompts, not the codes. So that is where we are going in every single job. In every single job, if you want to keep your job or you want to apply for a new job, you have to learn prompt engineering or how to write the prompts. Gone are the days when we used to analyze the data manually in the Excel spreadsheets. Now AI do that, Microsoft Copilot or Google Gemini do that, and Microsoft Excel or Google Spreadsheets or any other program you are using for spreadsheets, the AI is doing the analysis of the data. The AI can generate the graphs for you. You don't need to do that. The charts for you, AI is doing that. You don't need to learn how to make the pie chart and the linear chart and the dynamic chart, all those. AI is capable of doing that. You just need to learn how to give the instructions to AI to do that. Okay, so that is what you have to do. You have to learn. So just remember that you have to learn to write the prompts, effective prompts, and shortest possible way. And you have to try to use AI in everyday life. Not using the AI is not an option. Is not a solution, is not an option. If not now, and a year from now, and 2 years from now, you have to use AI in everyday life. So start using it now. You will get used to it. Okay? Start using any AI. I'm not favoring any one AI, but any AI you want to use, any agent, any program you want to use for your everyday chat, everyday work, use it. Get used to of it. Right? Now the question, third part of my program today was, I'm not sure if you guys know or not, earlier this month, one of the biggest leak of the information including your username, password, other information like your date of birth or some other information, some of them were financial information too, were leaked on dark web. Okay, and that information include the accounts from Microsoft, from Apple, from Meta, which include Facebook, Instagram, and many other accounts online. Okay, including Alphabet, which is Google. If you have a Gmail, the chances are your password is leaked. Okay, so how many were leaked? 16 billion, 16 billion accounts information was leaked on dark web earlier this month. That's biggest leak of the information, stolen information, not from one company, but multiple companies. They didn't spare anybody. Normally what happens, they on dark web, they will say, okay, we got like 1 billion Google accounts were leaked, or half a billion Facebook accounts were leaked. This time, somebody who is sitting there working on these things, they combined everything. They said, okay, we are not going to spare anybody. Apple, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, everybody's accounts were in that database that were leaked. Chances are your account was leaked too. Now I'm going to tell you what you need to do. First of all, you have to change the password. There's no question about it. You have to change the password. And trust me, we are going back like few decades, and I would recommend you to do that. I had this bad habit, but I'm changing it now. When I create an account or I change password on one account, say my Google account or Microsoft account or something, what I do is I go on notes in my phone and I just write there that, okay, on this date I change the password to this, on this account to this password. Now that is my whole information, right? If somebody got hold of my phone, they got all the information. They got all my passwords, everything, right? So what I recommend is, let's go a few decades back. If you remember, we used to have a small diary in which we had a hold the contact list, a pocket diary, this little, in which we had hold the contact list, that everybody's phone number was written in that, right? So when we had to call somebody, we used to look in the diary the phone number and we used to dial that number. I'm talking about the time before the cell phones. In late 80s, early 90s, the cell phones were released. The kind of cell phones were introduced. Before that, everybody used to have a diary at home or in their pocket with all important phone numbers or all their contacts. So I'm requesting everybody to go back to those few decades back. Keep a diary, pen and paper diary. Note all your accounts and their passwords in that diary. Do not lose that diary. It's more safer than storing the passwords, trying to remember them on digital media, for example, your Word file or Excel file or internet. Because if you're connected to internet, you're prone to be hacked. I'm not saying you're vulnerable to be hacked. I'm very carefully choosing the word, not vulnerable. I'm saying you're prone to hack. You will be hacked. Again, the same thing what I heard and I used to say, there are only two kind of people in this world. One who know they're hacked, and the second who don't know they're hacked. Everybody is hacked already. The 16 billion passwords available on internet, on dark web, you think your password is not there? 99% chances your password was leaked or stolen and is in that database, because there is no way to tell that your password was not there. However, there's a website, I will, if you guys want to know it, or you can message me and I can send you the link. Have I been pawned? You know pawn shops where you go give something and they give you cash, right? Have I been pawned? That's the website. If you go there, you enter your email, they can tell you that from where the password for that email was leaked, where it was available after leak, right? Hold the history that your password was leaked. For example, I created my email at agl@gmail.com. I used that email to create an account on Facebook. I used that email to create an account on Pinterest. I used that account to open a bank account. That email is given in 30 different accounts. That site can keep tracks of everything and can tell you that your email was leaked from this website on this date. Have I been pawned? Okay, so they can tell you that your email was leaked. For example, if Reddit data was leaked, they will tell that, okay, your email was leaked from Reddit, the password was leaked in 2021, or in 2013 it was leaked from Gmail itself, because Google data was stolen a long time ago. Billions of passwords were stolen, right? So it will give you the list of all the time when your email password was leaked from anywhere, right? So keep changing your password, but two-step verification is very important. You have to turn on the two-step verification. Okay, two-step verification is important. You have to, like, people can get the password from dark web. If you have two-step verification on, they need that code which you will receive on your phone. Without that code, they will not be able to enter in a new device, right? Unless they have the backup code, but chances are very less they will have backup code. But I will tell you next time what is backup code and how to get it. But the code is which is instantly created, sent to you, and it expires in a few days, a few hours, not days. If sometimes it is valid for only 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 30 minutes, right? So you can protect yourself by turning on the two-step verification for any account where it is available. For example, your Facebook, Gmail, Microsoft, Twitter, all these social media, they offer two-step verification. Okay, MeetMe doesn't allow it right now, but Kik, MeetMe, TikTok, they don't have that feature of two-step verification. So you should change your password now. Okay, you never know for which social media the password are leaked, right? So change your password and try to get up to date. The app should be up to date. Install the updates as soon as they are available. I personally update all my apps, whichever updates are available, at least once a week, if not twice. So I request you guys to please update your apps as soon as the updates are available. Update your iOS or Android software or Windows software or Mac OS, whatever is available to be updated, update it. Okay, that will protect you from lot of crimes and scams and online problems, because they release the updates for a reason, because they fix something in that OS. Zero-day vulnerability is something which is something new vulnerable found in a software which is not in public yet, that there is a problem. So that's a 0 days the first time somebody find it, or first or second time, or until it's in the public. So 0 day vulnerabilities are there. So all the companies, they send you updates so much because they have been reported those vulnerabilities and they fixed it, and they send you update. If you install that update, those vulnerabilities are gone. People will not be able to use those codes or those vulnerabilities to access your device. Okay, thank you very much everybody for joining, and next week we will be present again on Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, with the tech hour, with some another interesting cybercrime story, and some suggestions to you how you can protect yourself and your family. Now, this is important. Next time I'm going to talk about protecting your family. Okay, how you can protect you and your family from the online or offline scams. Okay, so thank you very much everybody for joining and spending time with me and listening to me, and please send me the feedback wherever you can find me. I'm on most of the social media. You can find the links here. You can send me the message on MeetMe. You can send me on Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, X, Facebook, wherever you want. You can send me the messages. I used to check only Instagram and Snapchat, but now I'm starting to